This is the book Coach to go along with the Coach lesson. We're in the series called Coach. It's an acronym that kids and I made up to help us in the middle of a really hard moment. I hope you enjoy the book and have some fun with our acronym Coach. Coach by Kelly Peel, illustrations by Kesra Hoffman. Must get to shore, a small branch says to himself as he battles against the cold autumn waves of Lake Michigan. Nearby, a little fish watches Branch struggle. Why do you want to get to shore so badly? The young perch asks. He could not imagine wanting to be on dry sand instead of swimming in the refreshing cool water. Surprised he wasn't alone, Branch replies, because the other branches from my tree are on shore. I should be with them. Breathless, he continues to fight and wrestle against the oncoming waves. Is that how it is for branches? Asks Perch. Must you always stick together? He giggles at his joke, but Branch doesn't crack a smile. We lake perch like to swim with friends, but sometimes I have fun exploring by myself. Between waves, Branch floats in surprise. He's used to interacting with scampering squirrels, chirping birds, and crawling caterpillars, but never imagined having a conversation with a pesky perch. I never explored anything alone, and I don't like how I feel in these churning waves, he complains. Perch watches with interest as Branch rides a white-capped wave, only to get tossed back end over end, bumping along the sandy lake bottom. Frustrated, Branch yells out, "The harder I try to get to shore, the further out I go." Perch scrunches his little face in an effort to understand, then asks, are you more frustrated that you aren't with your branch friends or that you can't control the waves? I wonder if all perch talk this much. Branch ponders between tumbling waves. Annoyed but not wanting to seem impolite, Branch yells, I guess I never thought about it. Perch calmly explains, sometimes when I catch myself becoming upset, I take a deep breath like this. He opens his gills and fills himself ever so full, then calmly exhales. Then I pause to observe how my body feels and try to notice my thoughts. But I don't want to catch and observe, shouts Branch, feeling defeated once again. I want to get to shore. Doesn't seem like all the fighting is helping you, but you get to decide, says Perch, and he flips a fin and easily catches an oncoming wave. Branch notices that Perch seems to be enjoying the waves. How can that be? He wonders. Pausing just a moment, he realizes his stomach is in knots. When he was fighting the waves, all he felt was frustration. He notices his anger growing toward the branches on shore and fumes. Why am I the only one struggling? He sees Perch jumping joyfully through the waves. Hey, Lake Perch, he yells, his curiosity getting the best of him. Why do the other branches get to relax in the sun while I have the struggle with waves and sand? I'm not sure why you have this struggle, replies Perch, but it doesn't seem to be helping you to fight the struggle. What if you allow those tough feelings a bit of space? When I allow frustration, the feeling seems to soften a bit. Can you offer a gentleness to your tight stomach? Try it. Rather than fighting the waves and his feeling, the branch takes a breath, releases, and allows his frustration to remain. Somewhat to his surprise, he does notice a bit of softening in his stomach. I think I feel better, but I'm still not closer to shore. What's the point? Smiling, Perch explains, catching my frustrations, observing how my body feels, and allowing my feelings opens my mind to choose which problems to solve. Choose? I don't have any choices. The waves are in control. Ah, but couldn't you choose to play in the waves rather than fight them? Couldn't you enjoy the cool, refreshing water? couldn't you admire the sunset? Even humans like to photograph and paint sunsets. Reflecting on Perch's words, Branch realizes he did have choices. You're right, he says. The way the sunset shines in the water truly is beautiful. Perch nods and smiles. He notices Branch even has a different look. You've been struggling in these waves for a long time. And look how you've changed. Changed how? Looking at himself, Branch realizes he is no longer rough and gnarled, but smooth with beautiful grooves. He marvels at the difference he feels both inside and out. Be gentle with yourself, the wise Perch offers. When things get rough, have a kind heart for the struggle and a kind heart for yourself. Difficult times can help us grow as long as we notice and allow the struggle to coach us. The waves pick up once again, sending Branch tumbling. This time he decides, I think I can coach myself, and Perch smiles encouragingly. See, catch. I can notice a strong emotion. I can notice I'm frustrated. Oh, observe. I observe how my body feels. I can observe what I'm saying about the moment. My stomach is twisted, and I think I should be with the other branches. A, allow. My frustration can be allowed and noticed. C, choices. I can choose to take a breath, to give myself a moment. I can choose to be with the waves and sand and even a friendly Lake Michigan fish who might be a new friend. I can choose to notice what is okay, maybe even good about the moment. I can choose to allow the cool waves and gritty sand to smooth me. H, heart. Being kind to myself helps me manage rough situations. I am a brave branch to allow these waves to toss me around. This time of turning in the waves and feeling the sand has been challenging. I am a brave branch to manage loneliness and change. The Perch agrees. You are the bravest of branches. Maybe you'll remember Coach for your next adventure. With a flick of his fin, the Perch waves goodbye and dives merrily into the waves. As the sun sets, Branch confidently rides the wave up and onto the beach. Dad, a young boy joyfully squeals, I found the perfect driftwood treasure for Grandma's birthday. Dad looks closely at it and says, Ah, this is a beauty. If this branch could tell us all about its journey, beams an appreciative grandma. And we have reflections from real kids that are so insightful and wonderful. This is Coach.